Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back, honey, with another video. It is 10:29 p.m. in the beautiful city of Kingston, Jamaica, where the city never sleeps. What time is it in your area? And where are you? What's your location? And what's the Christmas festivities like? This year, honey, it's like there's no Christmas in Jamaica. I'm wondering where the heck am I? This can't be Jamaica. I tell you, Hurricane Melissa did a number. We didn't get hit, but like hell we got hit because only the west and the northwest end of the island got the hurricane. So 7 out of the 14 parishes you guys can see were affected. Like this is the island and this half got affected. This half did not get affected, but we still got affected because there's no Christmas carols playing, no street parties, no this, no that. The food vendors are still out. They're still out in their numbers. They're still on the streets. They're still making their money. They're still making some good food. Lord, I don't have any money to buy any jerk pork this this Friday. And no jerk pork money, no soup money. Like I want to scream. That's not normal. But anywho, we have life. And once we have life, the possibilities are endless. Let's get into this video, guys, because critics believe they have seen enough just to say enough. And what they're saying is that they believe Sean Diddy Combs did not only groom Casa Ventura, Daphne Joy, and a few others, but he also has groomed his girls to become sex kittens. Yes, so basically what many TikTokers, they have been looking at the girls, right? Diddy's daughters. And they have been looking at how the girls have been dressing. But, I mean, what's that? I'm always dropping something, guys. My apologies for that. No, they believe that the girls have been upping things up a notch, since of recently. Some people went into as far as doing a deep dive. Like, I don't know how people do these deep dive, but I have to say, kudos to you people. So what they noticed is that the girls had an Instagram page a month before the passing of Kim Porter. And I'm going to tell you something about Kim Porter's death, how that woman's death investigation is going to be reopened. But you have to stick around for the next video because I'm going to tell you something that came to me like a bolt of lightning. And normally, if you're familiar with my channel, you guys know that when something comes to me like with a bolt of lightning like that, if it's not true, it has already happened. It's the truth. For the people who follows me knows. But what critics have been saying is that the girls created an Instagram page a month before their mom's passing, which was paving the way to market them to the elites of the society that loves the younger girls. And they're not saying that the girls are actively involved in promiscuity because the idea of sex kittens, based on what I know, let me look it up. In the meantime, based on what I know, are just younger girls that are, sexually appeasing to men, but without any involvement. That's what I know sex kittens to be. I don't know if it has any other meaning or connotations for the people who are saying it, but that's what it means to me. Now, what these critics are using, they're also using how the girls have been dressing and the events that have been, that the girls have been attending. And they are saying these girls are attending all the elites, parties, and it's as though they're being paid for these parties, and they're talking about how they dress identical even at this age and how they wear their clothes, their makeup, their look, and how they're posy with a lot of things. Now, I did look up the meaning of sex kittens, and it is aligning with exactly what I'm saying. It is saying, it has a few cultural meaning, most tied to fashion, media, and history. From the 1950s to the 1960s for Hollywood, the term was popularized utilized to describe actresses like Brigitte Bardot and Marilyn Monroe, who embodied a mix of innocence and sensuality in their public image. Then they have pop culture archetype. It refers to a persona that is playful, alluring, and flirtatious, often used in film, music, and fashion. So as I've said, it has nothing sexual tied to it in terms of intimacy. It's just appearance. Fashion and style associated with glamorous looks, cat-eye makeup, figure-hugging outfits, and a mix of coyness with boldness. The girls have been actually exuding all of that. The coyness with the boldness, the figure-hugging outfits, they have been wearing that a lot. But I have to say that they are not curvaceous girlies, so that when they wear these figure-hugging outfits, it's as though they're just dressed normal, because they don't have curves, they're not curvaceous, they're not full-bodied girls to say, or even halfway there to say it looks sexually appealing. They just look like girls wearing clothes. You know, they're very tall, and their shape is more leaning towards a boy than a girl. So I can't say that they're wearing these salacious clothing, because even if the clothing on a mannequin is salacious on these girls, it doesn't look salacious, because they more look like a boy than they do look like a girl. And that was the figure of the mom. And you can see that they have inherited that from the mom. So I cannot denounce that the father might have groomed them to become sex kittens, because that man is nefarious in his intent, and he may have very much groomed them well for them to understand that they're women and there's power that comes with femininity. And if the father has done that, is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. And I think that is something that more women needs to be groomed on. Women needs to be conscious that there's power in their sexuality. Stop flinging it all around town, especially when you're doing it for free. Then the same men come back on social media and tell you you're hungry, you're homeless, your kids are nothing. Use that power that God gave to you. You did not get it for no reason at all. That's why we're a cut and a class above the rest. You can't just be out here being cheap, trash to men, and just picking up men and giving random guys a chance. If you used to do that in your 20s, once you're past 25 onward, you should be gaining more wisdom, more knowledge, and be just honing that power of femininity and knowing how to wield that power of femininity to your advantage. Not a freak off, not anything like that. However, back to the girls. So, if their father is grooming them to be sex kittens, I can see it. I can see it. I'm not saying that he has done it, but if he has done it, I can see it. And I cannot say that he would never, because nothing is beneath this guy to do besides doing the right thing. So when it comes to those things, I think he understands the feminine world, and it's alleged that his mother used to own what was presented as a modeling agency on the forefront, but an escort behind the scenes. If his mother used to do that, it seems as though the entire family, that's what the business is about. And if those two girls falls under that category or falls into that line of business, again, let me reiterate, I'm not saying they are, but it wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising that they know what they're into and they're enjoying it. It wouldn't be surprising if the father has cultured them into that, and even long cultured them and was prepping them even before the mother's death. It would never be surprising to me. And that could also be one of the reasons behind the mother's death. One of the many reasons. But I'm just letting y'all know what is being said, and I cannot dismiss it, because the man is capable of that and a lot more. And I trust no member of that family. I don't think any of them are innocent. None of them are innocent in my opinion. And that's all I have to say about that. Peace.